Hello and welcome to a new episode of our Blazor app. In this episode we create a Blazor to-do app, and I hope everybody is doing good tonight. If you are new, you can go to topdev.com and you can select Tineke. Hello, how are you doing? Good. You? Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah, you can create multiple to-do lists, change them, and also add other people. And we are gonna start our Azure function, and we're gonna start our Blazor to-do app, and let's start it with a watch. So that every time we make a change, it automatically gets restarted. See, my Blazor app is faster than my Azure function, so that's weird, but let's see. It should be started, so let's do a refresh. I think that my program.cs isn't correct, and I'm right. Let me see, can I do this? If so this way, when it's a release, this is inserted, and otherwise this is. Welcome, Willy Pilgrim. How are you doing? And now we have our I love Blazor, it's amazing. In the last episode we added the option to that's weird. We added the option to find multiple people. So Willy Pilgrim says, not bad, thanks, really enjoying your streams. That's amazing to hear, Willy. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to say it in the chat. And thanks for being here. It's really appreciated. I'm just opening our service, no, our function for the users and setting a breakpoint as we're not getting anything. It wants a restart because I changed something in the Blazor app, even though they don't even use each other, but that's fine. Willy Pilgrim, is there anything you like to see in the app? Or any features or anything about Blazor that you like to see talked about? Okay, that should return. Hello, John. How are you doing? Oh, now it's working. I'm not sure why it wasn't working before. Today we will adding the option to give someone the viewing rights, editing rights, or even the ability to add someone else as the ability to give them, how do you say that? To give them the ability to share it with others, like an admin. We also want to do, when I refresh this list, you see that, well, this one is top dev. But if we, for instance, add John from Facebook, we see the ID, and that isn't too pretty. So we also want to change that to the name. So I think that would be a good start to start with. If you have any other requests, feel free to ask them in the chat and we will look at it. We also have something new. Refactoring last time wasn't too great. So this stream we added the ability to buy a unit test. For 500 hops, we write a unit test for a component, or a Blazor unit test, or B unit test. And you can even display what component you'd like to see a unit test added. So let's see. We should open our share. Thomas, do you have any easy way to get a quickly manipulate UI multiple times in a row? Exactly when you select 3 cards, they would flicker on and off a few times in either green or red, depending on what is correct. Otherwise, it will be a Google evening. Animations, CSS animations. Maybe Blazor even has something. Blazor animations. Maybe this is something you can look at. Also, when CSS has some animations. You can do like with Tailwind, you can do some stuff, I think. But I'm not that amazing at animations. But you probably want to add like a class, and that class will trigger the animation. CSS trigger animation. You basically want something like this and then revert it back. You should look at CSS animations, but I'm not too sure about how to do that. We aren't using this one any. Oh, we are. Well, only here. Let's go to the. Oh. No, the type ahead is working fine. Remember that. Do we have more? Nope. Okay, let's change that. For the people that are interested about our auto fixture B unit problem we had, well, I had mostly, but I had a solution with Egil. I worked on a solution and I have it working. I just need to add some documentation to it. And then add documentation, and then I'm gonna create a PR. So that should be merged in next stream. Bill Willie says maybe a daily recurring to section with tasks such as feed fetch or watch.dev. Oh, so you could set Willie Pilgrim, would you like, we have let me load. Oh, my function isn't starting, but that it just unchecked every day, or that we create a new unit every day? How would you look at that? And does it need to be every day, or do you even want every hour? I'm just wondering. But that's a really good suggestion. To-do list member. Okay, let's see how we are sending this back. Yeah, maybe something that unchecks after a set amount of time with the to-dos that come up regularly. Okay, cool. So, oh, this one is working. But maybe if we have one, yeah, like a timer, like a clock here, and then if you press it, you can select recurring every day. Maybe even select the days of the weeks that you wanna have it on. Maybe something like that. Maybe we can make it in like a box that opens, and then every day of the week. And then I have some amazing paint skills, I know. Monday. Yeah, we can do that. That's also a really cool idea to show off the Azure Functions queues. Yeah, queues. So that's a way to run something systematically. So every day, every hour, every week. That's really cool. I'm not sure if we get to that today, but otherwise it is a really nice one for Monday. That one time Irish Tea Leaf is not in the chat and he starts rocking his paint skills. Well, I also have like GIMP skills, so that's the open source. Oh, she's here. But I also have a few GIMP skills. But that's really hard to show off on stream. Also, Bibi Tumps, welkom. GIMP skills is don't you know GIMP? GIMP is an open source image editing. It's like Photoshop. Image manipulation software. I needed to do is like my logo and other stuff, so I made that all in GIMP. And Inkscape. Inkscape is a way to make something SVG. To-do list. Find all references. Baloo Devil, I tried using GIMP. It has a terrible UI. Went back to paint.net, which is great. Inkscape is pretty good. Yeah, the UI of GIMP isn't too good. But can it also open Photoshop files, Baloo Devil? Paint.net? But yeah, every time I go live, I post like an I still like on Reddit. Like those things I made. Well, the background I bought in a stream pack thing, but like the everything else I pasted on myself and I changed it every time. So I needed to learn a little. It is free, has plugins, works like Photoshop, even has a plugin community. Oh, that's pretty cool. Would it be possible to automate Baloo Devil? What I would like is if I have a file that it automatically export a PNG. But I want like if I update one thing, it needs to create 3 different exports with different layers selected. Would something like that be possible in Paint? Let me get back to this. We could... No, PNG. Like I could show you. Let me... let me see. Images, Twitch. You can save the... Yeah, but what I would like every stream, I create like an image with episode 7, so we can upload it to YouTube. But I also make a live now, and I also make a live at. And the only thing that changes is the stop part, so I wanna have one button that does that all, because I'm really lazy. What I now do in GIMP is hide a layer and enable another layer and export it again. But then that's a lot of work. No, it's not a lot of work, but I'm really lazy. I think we should... Yeah, okay. Let's grab our... What language is it the plugin's written, Blue Devil? Do you know that? Not that I have that much time to write it. Should we check? Paint.net plugin, right, plugin. Seems like a lot of work. Oh, it's written in C#, so that's something. I thought it would be like Visual Basic or something, but... Let's go to our models. Let's use... Let's remove the to-do list member and make that the users members. This is gonna break a lot, and we can remove this one. I don't want it. Let's rebuild and see what all breaks. Oh yeah, I made something that when I do a rebuild and it fails, it plays a sound, a fail sound. So that should be just the user now. Yeah, no, right? Like if I rebuild. Wah, wah, wah. I was watching a small part of EGL stream. EGL is the person that made B-Unit. And he hit sounds when a unit test filled with the dough from Homer. Add new member user. Wait until we have heard it 100 times. Yeah. Just wait an hour. No hours, you cannot mute. I know where you live. Let's make sure we use the user and let's go to the implementation. We shouldn't get too many build errors, as we can also see them here. Yes, and I do have your mother's phone, so don't threaten me. Well, I'm not really scared. I thought you would know that by now. Anyhow, found their way to getting basic Blazor in Docker, then deploy it to the cloud host. I haven't done that, Baloo Devil. How do I say it? Like Baloo Devil, or how do you want me to pronounce it? Blue. Okay, let me. I hope I can. Oh, I'll try to remember that. Chris Sanity has a lot of Blazor ones. It's a lot. Yeah, if you go to this page, containerizing Blazor apps, pushing the Azure container, maybe this one, and deploying, that should be some help, I hope. Where do you reference your tailwind? You just do it through the CDN? No. Yeah, Blue. I know the problem. I don't do much with Blazor anymore, as it's also not something I work with. But I did a lot a few years ago, and that's like always screwed it. Where do you reference your tailwind? You do it to the CDN? No, John. And I also explain why. Oh. And Noobs Place says, hey, I wanted to thank you last time to get something to do sometime. Now I already opened the stream to support you. Thank you for being here. And it was no trouble at all. Always happy to help. Let me set it here. But the reason John, the reason I do not use the CDN is because the config, and let's just load in. This one is pretty empty, but we do have the inset and the rotation. And with the CDN, you're not allowed to use this config because you cannot change the output. So, and this is like the strongest part of Tailwind, because we could also like let me see, Tailwind background color. For instance, if you want oh, they did change it something. But if, for instance, if you want to use the primary, secondary, and danger, and they want it in theme, yeah, you can do something like this. And now you can just use the primary and the secondary and the danger instead of using the colors themselves. So if you ever think about, oh, I need to change this color to be another color, you can do that really easy. But for that, we do need a gulp file. It's really easy gulp file. You can just find it in my repo. And gulp is a way to, it's like a JavaScript pipeline thing. But we just call gulp, and then we task CSS. So if we call gulp CSS, this is gonna run. Then we say we want the plugin gulp post CSS. That's all in our package.json right here. And then we just getting our source, so that's our style.site.css. Then we pipe it to the post CSS, and then we post it at our destination, and that's on our we root or www root CS and site, and this is our compiled one. We could also add more options in our gulp file, like minifying, obfuscating, whatever you want to do. Well, obfuscating not, but minifying, and even removing all the classes that you didn't use to make it smaller. So for that reason, I do not use the CDN. I'm gonna break a lot today. But John, I hope that explained my view on why I don't use the CDN. So it basically adds it onto the existing site.css. Well, you don't want to write something in here because it's overriding it. But we have a file called styles.site.css, and this is like some basic Tailwind things, and we have this for our loader and some other stuff. This was for drag and drop. We could remove that, but it uses this one, so you can configure that. But you can see that we grab the styles from the site.css, and we do Tailwind processing over it, and then we paste it in www roots and then the CSS. And this file we reference in our shared. No. Let me think where that was. So if you have an existing, it should be overridden. Well, if you use my gulp file, yes. But if you would do source is I don't know, Tailwind or custom, it should also come out here as custom, I believe. If you do want to copy this, you want to copy the gulp file, the package.json, and the tailwind.config, and you can like remove everything I did in it, but having the purge, the dark mode, the theme, and variants and plugins could be easy as a template. And then you need to do npm install to make sure that all the packages from npm for the gulp file are installed. And then you do gulp css. You can see you cannot find tailwind.css because well, we don't have that one. So let's change that back. And now if we do that, it's gonna process our CSS and create the other one. So let's continue. John says, nice, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Always happy to help. Ah, it looked weird. If you guys are enjoying the stream and you like to add your own loading animation, you can visit the Looty files and submit it through the form. And that means that we will add it to the stream. Let me see. Does anyone submit a new one? Nope. Still only Lieselotte and John. Let's oh, not npm install. Let's .NET Watch run again. This works, so now we should fix our function. Get lists. Get the do list function. User data. Go to implementation. let's go to the servers of the to-do list member servers. Got the implementation, can access. Oh wait, I need to go to this implementation. Can user access? But we also want void get as user get. Or should we do that differently? Yeah, we're gonna do that differently, maybe. Just thinking. User data. No, I'm gonna change this while I'm changing it. Public class to-do list share data. And we gonna public user data member public. And I'm gonna create a new enum in our shared share role. Public let's get like we have to have 3 roles. One is something like a view. We need to make this an enum. Viewer contributor and now let's just call this view edit and share role. That seems better. We also had the priority. I'm rendering to-do list item entity. We saved that as an int, so member entity share role and let's say this is not let me see what we did something cool the other time, and that was ignore property. And we could do prop roll int roll value. The entity probably needs to do that, but we can do it. Enum.parse share roll value. I always forget how to do this. Noobs Play, hi, how are you? I'm doing amazing. How are you? And you didn't get the game to work? That's too bad. Anything we can look at? Into enum. Oh, we can just cast it. That's even easier. Doing good. I'm gonna try a small project changes to learn before I head into games. Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. Yeah, that's also very good. I don't know if they have it. But how did you learn programming, Noobs Play? And learn it on your own. Did you use any... oh wait, roll value. Did you use any website or something? You're going to school for it 2 years. But I need to do my 7 years first. Yeah. Well, that's really cool, new places. I also went to school for programming. I use an app on my phone and I learn YouTube and Stack Overflow. Maybe... yeah. This is also a really good one. When I was really 5 years or something, you can oh, let me make it a little bit smaller. But this is a really good tool. It shows you how to write everything and how to change it. Maybe the first steps are a little easier, but it also would tell you a little bit more about objects and all that, arrays and all that stuff. So that could be a really cool way to learn, because you really need to program. It's called Code Academy. Very good. So I'm also gonna do another ignore property. At the moment I'm working on a little practice from a site that gives challenges starting from very easy. Yeah, that's also good. But I also think like Code Academy tells you something about it. And I'm not saying that's better, but that is something worth taking a look at. Now I'm gonna open our Azure Storage Explorer and see how we did the storing of to-do list member entities. I think it's first the to-do list and then the member ID, but I'm not completely sure. Let's close. Emulator. And let's go to our tables and then the to-do list member entity. Yeah, the first one is the ID and the second one is the partition key. Partition key equals value. This should make it easier to map. And let's also do this for the user ID, just so we know that what is what. Row key. Equals value. Yes, I'm very Dutch. How did you know? Did I say something in Dutch? You too. Nice. I think I got a lot of Dutch people, even through... Ah. That's... close a lot of stuff. Get list for users ID. What's NUnit framework? It's a unit testing framework. Let's remove some unused usings. Not to be mean or something, but I wouldn't do too much with unit testing. Oh, your Visual Studio doesn't know what it is. What are you doing that you need it? Let's close all our tabs. And let's get to-do list function. To-do list, get entities. Yeah, you usually would need to install a NuGet package first, but otherwise you won't know what it is. But yeah, unit testing is usually something you wouldn't try about when you start out. Test case 5, yeah, that's unit testing. Noob's Place, it's like writing code to check if your code works. But that's a little bit harder. I think you should focus on the basics before looking at stuff like that. Get list for users, get entities, members, to-do list member entity. To-do list user data. Oh. Private read-only I user service. Let's go to our user servers and create public list user entity get all by user ID. String user ID. Return cloud table.create query user entity. Where to lists. Now let's add this to our interface, and now we can let me see what we like. We want to do members dot select And I don't think we can map this one. Well, we could say me map this new. Share to-do list, share data. Role equals x dot role. And member equals mapper dot map user data. And in here we're gonna go. Wait. I screwed up and this function is gonna work. We don't want a list, we just want one. Get user get by user ID dot first or default. And let's fix this in our interface. If you have any questions about what we are doing or anything about Blazor, feel free to ask. We are currently working on a way to add sharing roles to a user that you shared your to-do list with. And that way you can hopefully have a little bit more control about what the user can do. If he can view the to-do list, or if he can edit it, or if he can even share it with other people. Like for instance, maybe you want someone to have a view what you're doing and make sure you're doing everything. Then he wants the view rights, but maybe you have like a shopping list as a to-do list, or something like you want to clean something. Then you would use the edit one. But if you are doing something bigger, you maybe even want someone else to share it. Dot to list. So that now should work. To-do list. Let's move this to another file. Whoa, using system doesn't work. I'm not sure what you mean. The first line. Oh, yeah, not sure. That should now get sent to the front end. And let's see our auto mapper for the to-do list. we should first have a model. Model called to-do list share. To-do, no, role. And public user. John, you're way too smart. Capital S. Oh, this is the wrong profile. Well, that's the life of a developer. You both feel like a good. I always feel like a good. And the town's idiot at the same time. We did. Sehr good. That's how much Dutch I can do. German. I was like, what's the English word for that? I think we can do this here. Create map. Share. To-do list share. What's it called? Share date. To-do list share date, yo. Idiot part is apparently having to download Node.js before you can use npm command, guessing that stands for Node Package Manager. Yeah, that is correct. I think you could also just grab the Visual Studio installer and modify. And click this one. But downloading this also work. What kind of a developer are you that you don't have Node installed? Get members is new. Yeah, you see, now you look like good. 3 seconds later, you probably hear the new sound. As long as I don't hit rebuild, I never hear the sound. But now I do wonder why this doesn't work. Oh, because members is still off. Let's rebuild. HMLE. I hope I... Uh-oh. I didn't do it correctly. Ejimeli, I hope I say that correct. If not, say in the chat how you would like me to pronounce it. But can you please upload the previous episodes over to YouTube or Twitch? Your channel. I did upload episode 7 and 6 just now. And I'm also, after the stream, I'm also gonna upload the rest. But I'm uploading a lot of data right now, and if I also do YouTube, my stream would probably doesn't look that good. So I'll do that after stream. When I get to bed, I'll just upload them all in one go. You deleted all the public statements except for one. Let's give everyone that starts out a new... Thanks, it's Ajimal. Do I say that Ajimal? And if there's ever... Yes, sir. Very good. And also, thank you for joining. That's really appreciated. And if you have any requests for something that you would like to see built in Blazor or added to our To-Do app, feel free to ask in the YouTube comments or here. And I'll take a look if we can incorporate it in the next stream. Also, if you have ideas for what we can do after the To-Do app, feel also free to after the To-Do app, that's also really appreciated, as the number of things slowly starts to go down. It's not over yet, but it's slowly getting down. And I do want to modify this one. Share user. And now let's see the UI. And let's also make this the share. John says, also you can add /n new line and /t new tab inside the console.writeLine. This should save you to type the console.writeLine 10 times in a row. Example console.writeLine. This is an example. This is a new line. Layout wise, you can even go console.writeLine this dot plus. Yeah, you could also maybe I would like it more to do this, John. What do you think? Maybe it's a little bit more complex, but our story equals new, no, not new user, new arrow, hello, new line, and then do a story that's for each. I think that also looks really good, in my opinion. Yeah, that works as well, yeah. On new members does work like that, on delete not. We're breaking so much stuff, it's kinda insane. Um, Cannot convert to-do list share to to-do list member. To-do list member. This one can be deleted. Oh. To-do list. Am I missing something? To-do list on change, on delete, editing, to-do list members. Where does this get? Ads, remove. Is it still on the to-do list? It's also fixed. We can remove this one. Probably gonna hear the sound, but they look like they're all the same object. Wah. Does not member. We can remove this one. To-do list share. Cannot convert. To-do list. I'm gonna restart Visual Studio. I'm also gonna take a really small break, and I'll be back in approximately 5 minutes or something. Let me so make sure to go stretch your legs, grab something to drink, get out of your chair, that's always good, and I'll be back really soon. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody stretched his legs, get something to drink, and is ready to get going again. Oh, I should have restarted Visual Studio. Todo. My camera is a little bit low. That's better. Let's get it rebuilding. And let's see what the problem is. All success? Wait, that's not... That wasn't really expected. So it was a Visual Studio bug. Noobs Play, what kind of game is it? Sorry, I just read your message. With just a choice game. Oh, so like a ABC. Cool. You wake up and if you make it to school, you win. You can die 2 times. Well, that sounds more like you lose if you go to school. No, I'm joking. That is pretty normal, as we're not displaying the correct one, but we can do that now. To-do list share option components. Member dot user yeah, a streamer said I should try doing a game jam 2021, but I never gave it to them. Tessie, hi, welcome. How are you doing? Do you know Life Sharp? It's basically the hot reload for Blazor. I'm curious if anyone has an opinion about it. Life Sharp? Let's see. Let me mute this because the sound's pretty annoying, but it looks really cool. That Enunu 27. I hope I said it correctly, or maybe you want to call it something different. But how are you doing? And welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. Well, let's see how it works. Live sharp. Yeah, sure. You can go through my firewall. That's not doing too much. Maybe I did it wrong. Tessie, do you have experience with it? But Tessie, there's also .NET 6 roadmap. We're gonna do an experiment tomorrow. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they have hot reload scheduled and ahead of time, so that's really big. Live sharp. Yeah, I know it's in temp, but depending if you don't care about running, that does look like running preview builds for projects like this. That's totally fine. That's kind of weird. Maybe I should read document. Live share found available ports. Content route now listening on. I'm gonna test. You know what we wanna do? If you want, if you get to it, maybe I'll even look at it myself this weekend. But otherwise, you help me next stream. So Monday, you tell me the steps that I need to take to edit, because it showed a little bit more than just running it. Oh, not installing it again. Will do. Thank you. Oh, we have a new response. Let me see. For our Looty file. Oh, this one is pretty cute. Flying bee wee wee. So let's do that first, because this is the most important thing, of course. Okay, noobs play. Loader factory. Let's grab this JSON one. With the text. Be patient, I'm busy loading. 6. Now let's see how it looks and if we can find it. I did not break any. I did break something. That was an easy one. Well, sort of. It's not. I did add the inset, but it's not really in the center. But wait, let's shut down this one so we can see the animation longer when it gets there. A burger away. It's blah blah. We should really make a page so we could just insert the ID. Be patient, I'm busy loading. From Iris Tea Leaf, thank you, Iris, for adding this amazing loader screen. If you also like your loaders, if you also like to add a personal loader, go to the links in the chat. Go to Looty files and you just search a really cool animation that you like. Maybe all the buzzwords. Maybe this crazy thing. You copy this and you go to the forum and you paste everything in, have a catchy phrase under it, and add your Twitch name so we can give you the credit for the really nice subtext, not for the image himself, because that's from somebody else. But if you like that, feel free to do it, or check every so often in the forums if someone added something. Let's see. Let's restart this one and see where we were. We got an error. Object is not set of a reference. Now it loads, but that's not how we like it. Let's go to the code. Bro, let's create a method override on initialize async and just do a console.writeLine and on JSON serializer dot serialize members. Let's see if what the current value is. Oh, we got an error because it's not async. Wait, base. No, it is. Let's make it also public async. Go. Those uses are pretty empty. Member is null, member is null, member is null. Let's go to our get list. Get to do list function. And let's see if it's here. The member is null already here. That explains a lot. Go to the implementation. That could also just be me. Like this one is always gonna be. Five top dev, top dev. Okay, this one, those should work, but they're not. Let's see, go to the. It was being annoying, so let's do a restart. It was being annoying. Hope you all like the bedpan. user ID is 5. That should be correctly. Maybe this doesn't work. Maybe this works. Let's see. The members are still null. We got 5. Oh wait, this is the rookie. I think I didn't do that correctly. Today we are working on adding the ability to share your to-do list with other people and then also give them the rights to it, so you can only see it or also share it. Yeah, now it works. Now it doesn't show anything here, but that's okay. Well, I shouldn't open the profile for our functions. User data to the DTO. Let's open them next to each other. That explains a lot. The naming was different, so I made them the same. I could do that for you automapper, but I think it's better to keep that consistent. That's a lot of errors. Oh, that's because the function isn't running. Tess, I have to go. See you guys. Yeah, see you. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, and hope to see you Monday again. Hope you had a good time. Let's give a shock in the chat. Yeah, let's continue. Nice! Now we're showing the names instead of the IDs. It was some work, but we made it. And let's... Now they should never be null. Small. Member dot user ID oh, that's the problem. Let's give it a drop down. Let's go to the to-do item. To-do item component to the eraser view. We just did a select. Dot row. We don't need the color. Type of share. Let's see how this looks. Oh, not that good. But we do get the options. I'm heading to bed. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping by Noobs Play, and have a good night, and I hope to see you Monday. I stream every Monday and Wednesday from 7 till 10 your time. Let's do bind value. Central European time. Yes, I know Irish tea leaf, but Noobs Play is from the Netherlands, so it's his time. Well, maybe some other people are not. No, that's correctly. So for the people that are not from the Netherlands or not from Central Europe, I stream every Monday and Wednesday from 7 till 10 p.m. Central Europe time. So now it's for me 9 o'clock, so I start 2 hours before this, and I usually go for more than just for an hour. On shared chains. Let me see. Blazor on change. I haven't used this one in a long time. I can get the value from here. E. But I also want member. Can we remove this? Public void. On shared chains. And it is called a change event. Change event arcs. Events. Yeah. Arcs. And you to-do list share. Share. Arcs dot share dot role equals let's remove this one, this one, I'm gonna take a small break again, and then we're gonna create a service and a function to save this, and we're gonna make sure that the writes actually do something. I'll be back in a few. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody stretched his legs and grabbed something to drink. Now we can get started again. Let's do it like the rest. Let's also stop debugging. Maybe we can run it in Control F5 so it just runs in the background. Parameter, we're just gonna create a parameter. And we're gonna have an event callback on that with the to-do list share on share change. So every time you select another option, we are gonna update the share. Sure, check expression for null. If you want to do that like that bad, I'm fine with that. Oh, change share, we should rename that. And then we should call on share change, invoke async. So this is just gonna tell the other object that the object has changed. And because this part doesn't know anything about the list or even in what list it is in. So for that reason, we gonna tell this one to do it. Share change. And let's go to the code now. Public async task. Share change. And to-do list shared so we know what is changed. And we do to-do list share service, and it doesn't have the function yet. So task update member share string list ID string and we want the share to do share. For the people that just joined, we are currently working on creating a to-do app, and today we are working on an option to add the ability to give certain users the rights to edit, share, or view or share your list as well. It's a little bit more work than I thought, but I think it's still fun for you guys, and if not, please let me know. Then I'll look at something else to do. So now we are going to our Azure function, and we are gonna make a new function update. Member share function. Let's copy a big part of this function, as I'm really lazy. Public constant string update equals update member Oh, it should be in a class. Public class update member share function. That already looks way better. Private read-only I out service. Let's see. No new submissions. Nope. And we can remove this part. And we can see updates. Can user access. Let's also update this. Share role equals required role. And let's set the default to share role. So not everything breaks. Go to the implementation. Go to implementation. Yeah. Share role required role. If partition is user ID or user can access, let's also share role required role. Var result equals return results does not result dot role is greater or equal required. No, not required role. Share role required role. And I'm not sure what, but if result equals null, return false. Okay. That works. With the required role. So this is the update to-do list, so that's changing the name. So you need to have share, let's pull. That makes a little bit more sense. The reason I'm giving it numbers right now is that if we ever wanted to have a role between view or edit or between edit or full, it's possible. And otherwise that would be really hard as we're using the values of the enum. And then our database wouldn't be right anymore. So we want the private read-only to-do list service. To-do list, no, not the to-do list member service, the to-do list service. To-do list service. Can user access user list ID, and the user ID needs to be removed from this. And this needs to have full this is not a delete, but it is a post. Right, name post. Normally I mostly use post. It's a put. If the user is not authorized to watch the list, return unauthorized result. New. Just starting some other playlist. View Open Solution Explorer. Let me see. Let's copy this. Why am I checking if they can access it and not doing anything with it? That's better. But we can do this. The body should be the same. And we are sending Blue. Sorry, I forgot. Someone asked earlier about Blazor hot rolling. That feature is scheduled for .NET 5 for your information. 6 Blue. It's on the roadmap for 6, but that takes a year for the official release. But the first pre-release should be in end of the month, I think I heard. Let me check. Can I see that fast? I probably can. Let me see. I thought it was the end of this month. No, can't find it. But yeah, that is for .NET 6 because .NET 5 is already out. And yeah, it should have support for AOT and hot reloading. So those are the two really main features, because when loading in large data sets or doing really high high CPU intensive processes. Blazor is just way slower than native or JavaScript or whatever. But with AOT that should be really fast. So I'm really looking forward to that. One of my projects that I work on, and my work would really benefit of that. And the hot reload would make designing and building and everything so much cleaner and easier to do. But Blue, Tessie shared a site with us, and it was called Live Sharp. And it allows you to already hot reload. At least they're saying that for Blazor. To-do list shared ITO. Let's insert it, the mapper. Blue, I wasn't sure. Did you do something cool already with Blazor? Blazor. No, just getting started with it. Cool. Always good to hear new people jumping aboard the Blazor train. Yes, compelling to use single language on front and back end. Yeah. Like it's... And the JavaScript ecosystem and setup can be challenging. Yeah, I don't really like JavaScript. Well, JavaScript can be good, but... I prefer C# way more, and every time I use JavaScript, I hope I can use TypeScript, and every time I use TypeScript, I want to use C#. That's like my... Yeah, TypeScript makes it a lot better, but still it feels like a scripting thing. But the parts of TypeScript I like are really just stop gaps for using C#. Yeah, and I think something really cool is that you can use your own models for your front end and your back end, so you cannot have a lot of the chances on errors are really small. And I also made a package before, and maybe there are others, and I'm also working on a rewrite using source generators, but with streaming and everything that's going on, I don't have too much time. But this made an if you had an interface in your shared project from a controller, so the controller would implement this interface. Then you could also do this on your front end, and you could let the interface be injected in your service, and you just call it like a normal function, but underwater it was making an HTTP call for it. So that was pretty cool, in my opinion. But yeah, search generators are really fun, but really hard. Interesting, thanks for the head up. Yeah, if you're interested in the project, tell me. Then I'll get working on it harder, but otherwise it's like on the back burner. But I do want to finish it, but it's really hard. Because you need to create text, basically, and it gets run every compile time. Sure, just behind writing. Well, I think it's before writing a plugin for .NET. Roll. No, the. Dot user data dot user ID. But yeah, if you're interested, then I'll get working on it again. I'm not sure when, but I did my first stream was about that, but it's really hard, and I don't. We'll check it out and let me know if it applies to my use case. Yeah, I also. I'm not sure if it's recorded yet. But it's really, well, the one about, what's it called? About the source generators is really, it's quite difficult. I don't have it. Oh, I still have it recorded. So if you're interested, I can post it on YouTube about the source generator. But if you're more interested in the concept, you can go to this URL. I made one blog post, but I don't really like writing, so. But it's about interfacing your API user for Blazor WebAssembly, but you can do it for everything. And it basically explains how to do it, but it also, it's pretty hard. Well, hard is a difficult word, but it's not necessary. But you can also use the interface. That's 100 downloads, so. Not that much, but it's something. Yeah, no problem. Just let me know what you guys want to see, because if you want me to see write more unit tests, more Blazor, whatever, in other projects, let me know. Then I can keep that in mind when deciding what I'm gonna do. Save entity. New OC results. And if you think about something when I'm not online, feel free to send me a tweet, a message. My email is in the description. Or you can message me on Twitch, that's also open, so that's fine. To-do list options. Let's create an implementation for this. Let's grab the mapper here. If you're new and you're enjoying the stream, feel free to hit that follow button. It's really appreciated and it helps me a lot. I also see HML is still here. Ethan, welcome. Come on the route. Call Raven. MS Lenity. PC Nerd, Saddest Kitty, Silly Gnome, Tineke, and Willy Pilgrim. Welcome to the stream if you're new, and otherwise welcome back. I know a few of those are not new. And if you really enjoy the stream and you want to do more than follow, you can also hit that subscribe button. I believe it's €5 a month. You can stop it every month and you get a cool emote. And if you can think about something else, feel free to give a suggestion, but that's basically a way to support me. From the money I get, I'm buying more stream gear and stuff like that. Oh, we need to make this async. API update plus a list ID plus let's hope this works. Wah. And if you have more suggestions for code, fails, build fails, test fails, build success, build fails, even hitting breakpoints, because we can change them now. Sound. If you're interested in how to do that, basically you need to go to sounds, sound, and then you need the newest version of Visual Studio Preview, I think. But then you can change the sound for a breakpoint hit, a breakpoint cancel, a build failed, build succeed, or a test run failed, or test run succeeds. You also have them for Microsoft SQL Manager. So if you have any suggestions or want to do it yourself, feel free to do that or share it in the chat. Wait, we need to do the not bind value, but just the value. Because we cannot bind it and have an event on it. And we got an error. Specific cast is not possible. Let's see. To-do list component. Oh, it's not on here, but it is on the this one. enum dot, no, not enum parse share role args dot value. Wait, I already know that the value is not. Let's do this the nice way. And args dot value is string. Okay. No, I don't like that. Whoa, what? Why? Let's try that again. Today we are working on the ability to share your to-do list and also give someone the ability to change the rights someone has on sharing. To-do. I probably needs to add the map, but I thought I would get an error on that. Oh wait, I can just call reverse map. Well, we do that after the builds. No, that's not the problem. Member service on the Blazor app. JSON serializer dot serialize share. Let's see what's in that, if that's already null. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them now, as we are reaching the end of the stream. Null. What will you be working on next? That's a very good question. I haven't decided totally, but I got a suggestion from Willy Pilgrim. Yeah, Willy Pilgrim. To have a to-do task that you can schedule. So that every Monday and Wednesday the checkbox automatically gets unchecked. So you still know what to do. So if you have like a recurring to-do list, I'm not sure what that would be, like getting the dishwasher or watch Top Dev. You can set it for every Monday and Wednesday, and then it automatically gets unchecked. So we are gonna work with Azure Functions then again, but then on the queue. So then we need to check every day all the lists. So that would be really interesting. Could also do that with a durable function if you guys are interested in that. So durable function is a way to like normally you would get execute a Azure function and it goes from A to B to C and it's done and it's completed. But a durable function is you can like retrieve every value, or no, you can like retrieve values, and the function gets calls and calls again if you're like async, and it continues when the async is done, and then it gonna call other functions, but it can reboot again, and it remembers that. It's really interesting, and it allows you to also have longer running tasks. I had to do some things with that on work, and it's really cool because you can do like a fan out or fan in, or fan out, fan in situation where every like we have like 100 functions that needs to be executed, and then they all get called, and then Azure handles them all, and when it's done the function continues. Derpy derp. Interesting. Would be good with that and or the scheduled task. I'm using Google Cloud, so not sure if they have an equivalent of durable function, but game for learning about it. Cool. Yeah, I think that's a little bit cooler than just having a queue. But if you have any suggestions about the topics you want to hear about, feel free to ask it in the chat and we'll take a look at it. Oh, probably screwed this one over. Let's see what the value is here. Why? Was that really the problem? No? So this one is called... Why isn't that other part called? Okay, weird, now it's getting gold. Oh, I know, I'm really stupid. I'm so sorry for this. We're invoking this without the share. It looks like it's saved, but it's not showing. Blue, I was wondering, why are you using Google? Do you use it for work or? Nothing against. I have 100k credit through VC program. What's the VC? But that's a lot. Ah, venture capital. Sorry, yeah. But nice. Are you starting your own business? Or project? What the hell? Yeah, it's hard to turn down, and I've dabbled in machine learning and used TensorFlow for it. Yes, working on a startup in fintech. Oh, financial tech. Cool. When I was still at school, I also started a startup, but that didn't go too well. Well, it wasn't bad, but we started a project with a large group, and then two of us wanted to dedicated more time to it, and we could do it in like a school program. And like it's a little bit weird. And the rest was still, they wanted to do something, but they didn't really dedicate. And then me and the other boy were both programmers, and we needed to do way more than programming, or like almost no programming. So we got bored basically. Well, it's not really bored, but why isn't this sending the update anymore? But really cool. What? Yeah, you have to be bought in 100%, and it's really long road with a lot of work, but significant payoff down the road. I'm not really sure what it is. It's not saying that, but it looks cool. And it looks fancy. Why is my... That's doing its thing. Do implementation. What the hell? Now I'm just getting confused. It's... Do you guys know what's the problem is? Because it is sending it. So something's going wrong. But Blue, I'm definitely gonna sign up. I'm not sure if I'm the target group because I'm not sure what it is, but I'm really interested. I just signed up. The mapper is breaking it. Yeah, sure. Maybe you can talk to the Twitch chat or something. Oh shit! But why is this giving? Probably won't be today because it's way too late for me. After the stream, I most times head back to bed, and do some YouTube and then hit the nap as I start every day. I wake up at 7 and I work at like 7:30. I start. Luckily, this place is also my working place, so. Maybe we need a mapping for the. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you had a great time, and I hope to see you next stream. I stream every Monday and Wednesday from 7 till 10. And you're very welcome. Okay, now it's working. What the hell? I'm just also gonna finish this and then I'm gonna head off. So if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them right now. It works! This is definitely a shock. They stay. So thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed the stream and you aren't following yet, it would be really appreciated if you would hit that follow button. And otherwise, I stream every Monday from 7 till 10. So make sure to join. And thank you all to stop by. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, rest of the week. Good night.